And welcome to this edition of the Native News Update on this Monday, April 22nd. I'm the host for today's program, Paul Demain, and many of the stories read here can also be found in our publication, News from Indian Country, or online at IndianCountryNews.com. And here are some of the news stories for the day from the Associated Press and other Native news sources. A small college on the eastern edge of the nation's largest reservation is getting noticed. For 2 years now, Navajo Technical College has been able to land some big names for its commencement ceremonies. U.S. Education Secretary Arne Duncan traveled to Crown Point, New Mexico to address last year's graduating class. Jill Biden, the wife of Vice President Joe Biden, will make the trip this year. Navajo Tech has seen its enrollment grow from just 300 students 6 years ago to about 1,800 today. For the past 2 years, the tribal college has been recognized by the Washington, D.C.-based Aspen Institute as one of the top 120 community colleges in the nation, and it's on the list of candidates for the honor again this year. The school also boasts an impressive graduation rate of 80% and a retention rate of more than 72%, both far above the national average. The tribe was the first tribe in the country to charter a college, Dene College, in 1968, and other tribes has followed since. Paiute tribal members from Nevada led a 16-mile Earth Day weekend walk to put the spotlight on energy plans to close a coal-fired power plant and build a solar energy plant in southern Nevada. Activists and faith leaders joined the Coal to Clean Energy Walk this Saturday from NV Energy's Reed Gardner Generation Station to a planned 350-megawatt solar project on the Paiute Reservation. The march took place about 2 weeks after NV Energy announced plans to begin closing Reed Gardner and invest more money in renewable energy. Plans call for Nevada's largest utility to close 3 of 4 units by 2014 at the coal-fired plant about 40 miles northeast of Las Vegas. The 4th unit would remain operating until 2017. We want to make sure that the coal plant does indeed close and stays closed, Moapa Band of Paiute's chairman William Anderson said this Saturday. National Sierra Club President Allison Chin, who took part in the walk, said the tribe is leading the way with the solar project. It will create good jobs for tribal members, she said, and supply power to Los Angeles. Taking over ownership and operations of Kerr Dam will be both a historic and legal triumph for the Flathead Reservation, according to a lawyer who has helped shepherd the deal through 10 tribal councils. The Salish and Kootenai tribes are really at the forefront for asserting their authority over natural resources on their lands, according to Joe Hovenkotter, who spoke to audience members at the University of Montana School of Law's Public Law Conference last week. Hovenkotter was legal advisor for the Confederated Tribes for almost 20 years before becoming general counsel to the reservation's energy company this last December. But the ability to reach that point went all the way back to the Hellgate Treaty of 1854 that created the Flathead Reservation. Hovenkotter said it also demonstrated the tribal community's own maturity as an organization that could operate a major hydropower dam, market its electricity, address its environmental impacts, and deal with both governmental and private energy sectors. There are other tribes positioning themselves to try something like this, said Sarah Bates of the University of Montana's Center for Natural Resources and Environmental Policy. This is the model for the rest of the country. For decades after its construction in 1939, the tribes got little of the money it produced. Lately, they have been receiving $19 million a year in rent. The former chairman of the Tohono O'odham Nation has passed on. Officials with the Southern Arizona tribe on April 19th announced the passing of Augustine Lopez Sr., who served as nation chairman from 1971 to 1973. Tribal official says Lopez was an Air Force veteran who later worked as a cowboy, rancher, and an irrigator. Lopez went on to serve as director of the tribe's Work Experience Program and establish its property and supply department. He's survived by his wife Ida and 6 children. Burial was scheduled for April 23rd. A Muskogee Creek poet, author, and musician will be giving this year's commencement address at the Institute of American Indian Arts in Santa Fe. The school says the graduates selected alumna Joy Harjo to deliver the address at the May 10th ceremony. At 16, Harjo enrolled at the Institute to study painting and theater. She graduated in 1968, went on to receive degrees from the University of New Mexico and the University of Iowa. Harjo has published 7 poetry books and has received several awards, including the New Mexico Governor's Award for Excellence in the Arts. The Institute will also award an honorary doctorate to Navajo artist Tony Abeta. Institute President Robert Martin says Abeta and Harjo are examples of what IAIA's visionaries sought to create, revolutionary artists who push innovation and imagination in Native arts. And that's going to be another roundup of news from Indian Country. On this edition of the Native News Update, we want to say miigwech for joining with us and come back again soon.